So real quick. If you haven't yet, you want to support the blind homie in his channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like, comment, share if you will. You know, that'll be a blessing for me. You did? But before we get up into this short content real quick, y'all, hey, let's take our shots to a wonderful Tuesday. What the day is? Wednesday? Oh, my bad, y'all. We just went back to work yesterday. I'm sorry. It's hump day. Shit. And it's been a long day. So salute to everyone on, my 9 to 5s, my 11 to 7s, my 12 to 1s, my 8 to 4s. You feel me? Even my damn 7 to 5:30s. Oh yeah, my 3 to 10s, my 3 to 11s, my 2 to 12s. You did. You know what I'm saying? This for y'all. Salute. Oops. Sat on my phone, y'all. But man, let me move this out the way. Let me hit you right back, brother. I'm doing it on live right quick. All right, bro. My bad about that, y'all. So yeah, y'all see it, bro, in the title, bro. Baker Mayfield talk shit to Steve Stefanski, the new head coach of the Atlanta Falcons. And Baker Mayfield and Steve Stefanski do have some history. The first year or two, maybe the first 2 seasons, Stefanski went to Cleveland. I think Baker Mayfield was there, and they had a pretty decent record when Baker Mayfield was starting. But y'all know how Cleveland Browns do. The ownership for Cleveland Browns, they really trash. They had something to build around with Baker Mayfield, but the organization chose to let him go, and that's how he was bounced around from Carolina to the Rams, and then now at the fucking ears. Yes, the fucking ears. Yep. Tampa Bay fucking ears. That's what they call. You feel me? But
showing items 1 to 3 of free.
He had the nerve to tell Steven Stefanski on a tweet that he can't wait to kick the Atlanta Falcons ass twice a year. And man, I'm gonna tell y'all something. When I first, saw the headlines about Atlanta Falcons hiring Steve Stefanski, I was like, oh my God, here we go with this bullshit again. You feel me? Because the Falcons really haven't had a good coach since Dan Quinn. Let's be real. The last two premier coaches we had was Dan Quinn and Mike Smith. Those was the last two. You feel me? Went to NFC Championship with Mike Smith and went to the Super Bowl with Dan Quinn. You did. Arthur Smith, Raheem Morris, both garbage. Arthur Smith made the worst draft choice by picking what's his name? Riddler at I think he was the third pick in 2020 or something like that. He was the number 3 draft pick or something.
Showing
like
items
that.
1 to 4 of 4.
And Atlanta kind of went downhill from there. You feel me? Ever since they hired Arthur Smith, Atlanta went downhill from there, bro. You feel me? But when the blind homie heard that headline, Baker Mayfield, the nigga with two last names, yeah, boy, you got 2 last names. You feel me? Your first name is a last name, motherfucker. You feel me? And now you want to talk cause you don't like Steven Stefanski. It wasn't his fault that he got rid of you, bro. It really wasn't his fault. It sounded like he was a little butthurt the way he said that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what it sounded like. Sounded like Baker Mayfield, still holding on the grudge to Steven Stefanski for him being let go and bounced around the league for a year or two or something like that. And then he ended up with the fucking ears. I think 2021, 22, something like that. He ended up with the fucking ears. And since he been with the fucking ears, they've been doing pretty good. Now, granted, even back in when Baker Mayfield played, I think it was Oklahoma he played for. I think he was a Sooner, if I ain't mistaken. If you know in the comments, let the blind homie know. But I think he was an Oklahoma Sooner. And he did pretty damn well for the Sooners. I think he won the Heisman one year. And I think they was part of, at the time, the college playoffs was only, 4 teams at that time. So I think he also ended up there. I don't remember him winning no national none, but I definitely believe he
Showing items 1 to 5 of 5.
You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Alexa, has Baker Mayfield won a Heisman?
Baker Mayfield won the Heisman Trophy in 2017 while playing for the University of Oklahoma.
Yeah. So he did play for Oklahoma and he won the Heisman. So he is a Heisman Trophy winner. You know what I'm saying? And he was always a good quarterback when he came into the league. I just think being drafted to the Cleveland Browns was the worst ordeal for him.
Showing items 1 to 6 of 6.
And when they drafted him, instead of them building around Baker Mayfield, because I think they ended up getting Baker Mayfield in like 2 years after that or something like that, a year or so after that, they ended up getting Nick Chubbs or something like that from the Georgia Bulldogs. Yeah, I'm a Georgia Bulldog fan. I am an Atlanta Falcon fan. Go Falcons. And now I'm definitely, because hey, Baker Mayfield want to talk shit. So, okay, Atlanta, let's talk shit with, bruh, we split last year, even with a sorry-ass head coach like Raheem Morris. The Falcons split that series between them, I believe. You know what I'm saying? So you didn't kick our ass last season with the coaching that we had. And honestly, I think we had one of the worst offensive head coaches ever. You know what I'm saying? And it looks like they finna do the same thing. It look like Atlanta finna do the same thing again. They gonna hire whatever that mother, Tommy Adams, whoever he is from the Cleveland Browns. I think they're going to hire him as the Atlanta Falcons offensive coordinator because of his relationship with Steve Stefanski. And that's what I always get the Atlanta Falcons effed up. You feel me? They try to, build a team with head coaches who have a fucking, some type of chemistry with each other. And we seen in the past, 5 years now, how that shit worked out. It didn't work out. When they decide to hire their friends, as defensive coordinators or offensive coordinators for them, it didn't work out. It didn't turn out good for them. You feel me? So I think that's what's finna happen to Atlanta again. But with that being said, I definitely hope that the Atlanta Falcons kick the Tampa Bay Buccaneers' ass twice this season. Just because of those comments from Baker Mayfield. He literally told the Falcons, hey, we're going to beat y'all ass twice every year for as long as he's a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. So if you're Atlanta Falcon, hey, hit that like button for me if you're Atlanta Falcon. Shit, if you a Buccaneer, just leave it in the comments and subscribe for the blind homie. You feel me? But the Falcons, they do got some good talent. Probably some of the best talent they had in the past 10 years at least. And one thing they aren't doing this time, that's been noticeable as of yet, is they're not trading away their best players like they would normally do. You know what I'm saying? So if Steven Stefanski can get in there and, get the team, the Falcons, the way he wants them to be, with the talent that the Falcons have, I think we can go pretty far, just depending on Steve Stefanski coaching. And I know he went, the Browns won like 7 games last season. The year before that, they won like 9 or something like that. So I know his record ain't all that good, but he was dealing with shit in Cleveland. You feel me? He really was. He was dealing with shit. Even though I still don't think Steve Stefanski is one of those coaches that you could put up there with like a Kyle Shanahan or,
Showing items 1 to 7 of 7.
Sean McVay. You feel me? A lot of these younger coaches that's coming out like right now. Not even a doggone Mike Verbal. You feel me? Steve Stefanski just can't compare to a lot of those coaches. But maybe he can, start building, a decent or a better resume with the Falcons with the team that he has around him now. Because let's be honest, when he was coaching for the Browns, shit, I think his best player was Myles Garrett and Denzel Ward. You feel me? So it ain't like he had a lot of talent over there to really put his scheme into play. And, somebody else told me that when they signed Deshaun Watson, that also didn't help them out. You feel me? So it just looked like the Browns probably gonna be shit for the next 3 years at least. You know what I'm saying? So good luck to whoever coming in, filling in that head coach position for them. But I'm hoping Steve Stefanski get into, the Atlanta Falcons locker room, let his team know what the game plan is, and definitely let them know the one team, even though we want to win every game, the one team we want to beat this year 2 times is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Say it with me. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yeah. Fucking ears. That's all. Yeah, that's who they is. So Baker Mayfield talk cash shit about the Falcons. Yeah, cash shit. Oh, we gonna kick y'all ass. I hope the first game we play them, they get blowed out. Like 38-3 type shit. 41-7. You know what I'm saying? Something like that, bro. Because Baker Mayfield talking crazy. You feel me? And bro, you ain't even make it to the playoffs this year, so I don't even know why you talking like that, bro. You shouldn't be talking like that. You know what I'm saying? You got picked off by 2 rookies twice this season, I believe. If I ain't mistaken. You damn sure got picked off by Xavier Watt. And I think Billy Bowman. You feel me? So the Falcons got a lot of pieces to work with. And I think within the next year or two, they could possibly have one of the best defenses in the league. You did? But I hope the Atlanta Falcons are taking what Baker Mayfield said to heart. So when they get on that gridiron, all they think about is tagging his bam. Blitz him like you never blitzed another quarterback before in y'all life, Atlanta. I want him to feel them pass. You feel me? Grind them in that grass. You feel me? Hit the shit out of him. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what he want. He talking down on the Falcons like the Falcons ain't gonna be shit because they got Steve Stefanski. And like I say, the blonde homie was not happy about, you know what I'm saying, that new head coaching hiring. You feel me? I was really hoping that they got John Harbaugh, man. I was really hoping they got him, bro. And if they would have waited a little bit longer, bro, they probably could have got Mike Tomlin or even what's his name, man? What's the head coach name from Buffalo? Y'all know who I'm talking about, bro. I can't think of his name right now. They just fired him. So we could have got either one of them. You know what I'm saying? But they were so in such a rush, you feel me, to get Steve Stefanski, bro. Like, man, y'all, they missed out on some opportunities, man. But maybe they'll do better with the GM move, you know what I'm saying, and the offensive coordinator move. I don't know if Zach Robinson fired from the Atlanta Falcons just yet, but if he ain't, I damn sure hope they get rid of him. And I damn sure hope they don't get the offensive coordinator that was just previously with the Cleveland Browns.
Showing items 2 to 8.
That offensive coordinator wasn't doing nothing for us either. You did. So Atlanta, we need y'all to get it right. Get it right. We got star players or superstar players that can be superstars all over that field, from running back, quarterback, tight end, receiver, DN, D tackles, safeties, everywhere, linebackers, everywhere. Like this roster that the Falcons has built is one of the best rosters they built in a while, bro. And yes, kudos to Raheem Morris for some of those draft picks. But brother, you still suck ass as a head coach. You sucked as a head coach when you was the head coach for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and you sucked as a head coach when you was the head coach for the Falcons. But the only decent job you did was when you was defensive coordinator for the Rams. And that's what you should stick with, Raheem Morris. Attention all NFL teams. If you want to win and make it to the playoffs, do not hire Raheem Morris as, unless you hire him in as a defensive coordinator. A head coach? Hell nah. He ain't gonna never get that right. You feel me? He blew it with Jameis Winston, and he blew it with Kirk Cousins, and he blew it with Michael Penix. So yeah, my Falcons. I need for you boys to get ready for next season. I need y'all to take them OTAs, training camp, everything, conditioning, you know what I'm saying? Everything serious this year. Because our main objective is to make sure we dominate the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yes. Hey, man, I'm your blind homie. You feel me? Rico Richie. If you haven't yet hit that like, please subscribe. You know what I'm saying? And I'll see you guys on the next one.
Top fans button. Live. Finish button. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Tap to activate. Okay button. Tap to activate. YouTube.